Hello and welcome back to my channel, Making It Fabulous with Colleen. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple makeup routine with affordable products. It's important to note, as always, I am not a makeup expert, and the tips and tricks that I'm showing you today are just my opinions and how I apply it. So if you do like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. All of the products that I will be using today will be listed in the description box below. And I will put a number when I'm using it. I'll put a number next to the product so it's very easy for you to find in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the very easy look that I'm going for today, and I hope that you enjoy it. So let's get started with this easy makeup look. So I am going to be using the e.l.f. palette, but before I get into that, I did already apply my e.l.f. primer on my eyelids, and I also primed my face with a NYX, I don't have it here right now, but a NYX primer. And with the primer, I just put just a little bit on in any of the areas that there might be more pores than others. So that's really where you want to focus that primer, anywhere where you want to make sure that you don't lose your makeup throughout the day, or anywhere actually that typically breaks down for you, which for me is oftentimes like right in here. So that's why I do that. So this, I'm gonna go right into the palette, and I'm going to be using a Real Techniques. This is brush 108. And it's a little bit of a larger brush. And I like to use this when I just wanna put it all over my lid. Oftentimes I will put a loose setting powder on my lids after I prime them, just to give it a nice canvas. However, because I want to use as few products as possible today, I don't want to take a ton of time with my makeup. It's not going to be I'm not really going anywhere. I've got a couple meetings today and that I'll be on camera for, but nothing too crazy. Might be going out for dinner tonight. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, don't want to do too much. So just put that, the lightest shade in there, just all over my lid. Again, give it a nice canvas to work with. I'm then gonna go in with this next shade, and it is a shimmer shade. This palette is called, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid. This palette is called Rose Gold. And it's a fairly inexpensive product. And what I really like about it is that it is very blendable. And not only is it blendable, but it is also very versatile. So as the name might imply, Rose Gold, it definitely leans a little more on the, maybe I want to say burgundy, but that's not the right word, side. But it's just a really easy palette. So again, I just put that second shade all over my lid, and you can see I didn't go all the way to the top, just from here to here. And oftentimes you'll see that I do the shimmer shade last, but I'm doing it first today because I really want to make this as easy as possible. I'm then gonna go in with this color, and this is gonna be my transition shade. I'm gonna pack that on a relatively fluffy brush, and I am just going to go back and forth. Nothing crazy. Again, just packing it on there. And I wanna go above my bone right here, the brow bone, I guess you call it, so that when I look forward, you're able to see a little bit of that. It provides a nice little shadow. I'm gonna do the other side. I do have a little mirror down here if you see me looking in another direction. And I have two mirrors, one here, and the camera here. So I like to have one that's a little bit further away so that I can see what it looks like, and one closer up so that I can really see what it looks like. So that's all I'm going to do. I might add a little bit more shimmer now that I've put that in the transition. I want to make sure I didn't hide any of that shimmer. And what I like about using a shimmer shade, and this one's not too intense, it's very, very soft. And what I like about that is that it just provides a nice little base for me. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do on the top. I'm now going to go in with the NYX eyeliner pencil in, Berry Goth, Berry Goth. So you'll see it's a little bit of almost a purpley shade, and I'm gonna go very tight on my lash line. I don't want it to be too big. And you've seen in other videos, I don't do my bottom lash until after I've put my face makeup on. So that's it, just a very quick line. Don't have to be too careful with this. As long as I get it so that there's you don't see any white or even any shine actually, I'm good to go. I'm then gonna go in with this Milani highly rated mascara. Now they say that this one dupes the Thrive Cosmetics, and it is basically half the cost of the Thrive Cosmetics. The Thrive Cosmetics mascara is a really nice lengthening mascara. It does provide great coverage. This may be the second time maybe I'm using this, and it does very much feel like the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. However, I feel like it might be hard for me to judge after only a couple of times, because mascara tends to be very wet when you first start using it. I don't want to say it needs to dry up, but that's kind of, all mascaras are a little wet. This seems to be a little more than usual. I'll let you know. I'm going to do a video at the end of the month with products that I've tried and if I plan to repurchase them. Sometimes it's a little hard to buy something and think, oh, I love it for sure. Obviously, there are some things that you know right away whether or not you're gonna like, but this is still, the jury's still out on this one. You can see I'm having a little bit of trouble with the clumpiness. I don't know if you can see that, but the one thing I have noticed with this particular mascara is that it dries quickly, which is nice, except when you need to go back to the other side to fix it up, you can see that will drive me nuts. I have only gone into this tube twice. So what's on my brush shouldn't be this hard. Okay, that mascara application and trying to separate these lashes took way too long, and they're still not great. They're clumpy. I use this little brush, I guess you could call it, little tool, and it typically does a great job at separating them, but it really it was a struggle. I will keep trying to use this. It could be because it's a new mascara and it's very wet, but I even got some on my lid that I had to remove. I have these cute little tees. They're called eye tees, and they're really nice. They have a great little point, and it's easy to kind of fix anything that you've made a little boo-boo. And when the case is with mascara, if I do get it on my top lash, I let it dry and then I just flick it off pretty easily. So if you do have that problem, definitely let it completely dry down and then just try to take something and flick it off. Don't try to wet it because then you'll mess up your your eyeshadow. So that's all I'm going to do with the lids, my top lids. This is supposed to be a really easy eye look, and this mascara made it take me way longer. So like I said, I will keep trying that, maybe off camera, and I will let you know how well that works out for me. Let's move on to the face. I am going to use the L'Oreal True Match foundation with hyaluronic acid. It's actually a tinted serum. It's not a foundation. I'll just shake that up. It does come in the dropper, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Not much comes in the dropper. I don't like droppers. Now I got too much. Usually, if I can, I will purchase something to put in it so that it becomes a pump. And they sell those on Amazon, relatively inexpensive. Problem is that not every bottle fits the pumps. So, gotta be a little careful with that, but I do not like a dropper. Some people put the dropper right on their face, and I like to put it on the back of my hand because I don't want to get too much on my face, because then you just have to blend it out. So putting a light application on to start with. Again, this is supposed to be quick, and I'm just going to put a little bit more on. Stipple that right in. I have used this foundation before, and it is of light to medium coverage. My skin tends to be normal to dry because I am in Florida. My skin is actually pretty hydrated. I do put sunscreen moisturizer on before my makeup application, as well as, of course, primer, as I mentioned. So that definitely helps to keep my skin nice and moisturized. I'm going to bring it down my neck so that there's not a huge difference between my face and my neck. Blend it in really, really nicely. You can see, and I still have quite a bit on the back of my hand, which I will wipe off so that I don't get it on my clothes. Okay, like I mentioned, this is really a nice, just, what would you say, a light coverage foundation. I like this foundation for light days that I don't need to do too much because it blends in nicely to my skin, and it's one that I can really count on to not cause me too many problems. No patchy, no nothing like that. I'm then going to go in, first I'm gonna do concealer. I'm just gonna put a little bit of concealer, back of my hand again, just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't have, my dark spots aren't too bad today, and less is more. You don't wanna use it if you don't need it. That is for sure. And I can't find my brush. Where are you, where are you, where are you? I don't know where it's at. I have a nice concealer brush that I like to use, but I can't find it, and this is supposed to be an easy day, right? So I'm just going to use the ring fingers and just press it in. Then I'm going to take my sponge. I'm now going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect powder. And what I love about this powder is that it is so fine. It really does a nice job at getting into the skin, into your pores, and just really the lines, making it very soft. See how nice that blends everything together? Really want to concentrate on my T-zone and then around my nose and mouth where I have the most lines, so that hopefully it softens them a little bit. Okay, very nice. That's all I'm going to use for the powder. Again, quickly going in with the sponge and pushing that all into my face so that they all blend nicely together. Now I'm going to use my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. And I bought this in the travel size or the sample size. And I like to do that because I use so much different makeup. I'm just going to swirl it around with my brush. I'm gonna tap it on my hand to see how much is gonna come off because I don't wanna be too much. Going from where my ear starts, about halfway down, and just stippling that in. This is a really nice color. I like it. It's not too much. Stipple it in and then I blend it. Do the other side. Again, don't need too much today. Make sure both sides match. I like to take my bronzer like right about here to the middle of my eye. Try to keep it concentrated there. So my husband and I got back from vacation. We went, maybe you saw my earlier post this week. We went on a cruise and we had so much fun. It was so nice to get away. The weather was great. And the cruise, we went on Virgin. It was really a very lovely time. They have, Virgin is an all adult cruise line. And so it was really, really nice. Okay, I'm now gonna go in with the Kokie Cosmetics blush. This comes in a bunch of different shades and I love it because it has the peach on the bottom, a little lighter, and then the sort of bright pink. So I'm just gonna dab just a little bit. And again, I wanna put it on the back of my hand to see how much it's going to deposit because I don't wanna look like a clown. You can see just from my hand that it definitely deposits a lot. So I'm going to tap it off a little bit. Oh yeah, that's got a nice little pigment. I don't want to be too much. And I just want to blend that in a little bit with my bronzer, going on the apples of my cheeks and going up. Put a little bit more on, tap it off. Yeah, you can see that's very pigmented, but I like it. Kind of matches my shirt today. And then I just go over the bridge of my nose. And again, an easy makeup day. This doesn't have a sheen in it or any kind of shine, but I'm not gonna put any highlighter on today. Just gonna go with what I got. Now I am going to put a little bit of brow product in. My brows are fairly healthy, and so I just want to put a tiny bit in case there's any powder that got in them, and just to cover any patches that are in my brow. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to just take this brush and just make sure that there's no harsh lines, nothing like that. Okay, looking good. So this is sort of my go-to look, and it definitely is very easy and no fuss, just kind of an easy makeup day, right? And I'm going to finish it off. Oh, I forgot to put lipstick on, but that's okay. With the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. This is fairly new, and I like it. It's really got a nice scent to it if you like coconut. Smells like a pina colada to me. I'm just going to press that in after it's gone on for a few seconds, after it's had a chance to kind of soak in. And I just want to go around again in sort of that T-zone to make sure that that is all pressed nicely. I am now going to go in with just a sheer butter gloss. This is by NYX, and it's just to provide a little tint to my lips. Not a lot, just enough to give me some moisture. There, that's it. This is the final look. So very easy. I wanted to kind of show you a very easy look, not too much work, except that poor mascara. I didn't put anything on my bottom lash. Maybe I will do a little something, but I'm not gonna put any mascara because I struggled so much on the top. I don't feel like I need to struggle that much on the bottom. So I'm gonna go in, this is the color that we used on the transition, and I'm gonna go in with that mostly, and then just put a little touch of this darker one in, and I'm going to go just very close to my lash line. I even got a little bit of mascara on my bottom waterline. Ay, ay, ay. So I wanna go, just put a little bit on and then just bring it about halfway through, and don't forget to bring it up to the top so that the top matches the bottom. Okay, now that is the final look. I really love this eyeshadow palette. This is the only one that I have. It comes in a couple of different shade categories, but the formula is pretty similar. This is the rose gold, and I really like it. It's just very versatile. Anybody can wear it. Doesn't matter what your eye color is. It really is a nice neutral palette. I do want to look at some of the other colors. Maybe I would like to get that too. So that's my standout for sure. L'Oreal True Match Nude. I really love that. Always love my NYX concealer. It just blends in very easily with my fingers. I don't have to do too much to it. This mascara, guys, I don't know. It's a great deal, but it's definitely, I should do a side by side, put Thrive on one side and this on the other side so you can see what the difference is with the two mascaras. Again, it is very new, so it's very wet. I'm gonna keep trying it, but I don't know. It just really wasn't my favorite. And of course, the Kokie Cosmetics blush. This is so pretty. It is very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. And I hope today that you enjoyed the video. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to leave a comment for me. Let me know what you liked, what you thought you might want to try, if this video was helpful. definitely leave me a comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.